unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. On other ground is sinking sand. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. On other ground is sinking sand. Sinking sand. Sinking sand. Sinking sand.
Good morning, everybody. We're getting lined up here, getting ready to go and make the world a better place.
My world is better.
It's time to share and invite and do all that stuff. And here in the studio, let's make sure that our phones are off. And got the radio lined up, ready to go. We're not on yet, but we're getting all things set up. So we'll sit around and invite people for a while, play a little music again. Here's Kenzie. Here we go. I'm gonna leave the mics open, boys.
I look around at all the faces and I see all the lonely people looking back at me. Rich or poor, don't matter, we're all the same. Everybody's hungry in a different way. We're crawling and climbing and kicking and screaming, fighting, but really what the world needs now is love.
What are you looking at?
Mama's on.
We ain't got no coffee.
Let's come together, let our difference down. Spread it all around. That's what the world needs now.
Oh, better behave. Cindy doesn't show up.
That's what I was gonna say. Change your plans.
Yeah, we're on the air. Ricky talking right on the air. We're going through our invites.
To change somebody's weather, chase the clouds out of the sky. Sometimes you gotta give and not receive. Sometimes you gotta leave what you believe. Open your eyes, cause that's where it starts, right here with you. But really what the world needs now is love. Love and only love.
Cut an album
A
off.
little gift from up above.
Put a disclaimer on it.
Let's come together, let our
Only listen after communion. I just invited Frank to join the show. What an idiot. Might as well quit inviting Rulepaw. John Rulepaw, he don't ever show up. Any way you can turn it down? Any way you can turn that down? That's louder than the radio.
I thought I did.
Well, you were wrong.
Okay, give me a break. Tell them to stop.
Call Emily, tell her to get out of bed and get over here. but I will. I thought you were going to the doctor. Hold on.
Well, she could have at least signed in under a fictitious name if we're being evaluated this morning.
Yeah, you could have signed in under some kind of a bogus name if you're going to check us. You could have signed in under your birth name.
Well, I've got 30 minutes anyway, so I thought I'll get you started. Make
All
sure
right.
you're on the
Well-
straight and narrow.
Oh, they're already started.
All right, hold on a minute.
Are they?
Well, that's why I left the mics open. All right, so let's go ahead and get the rooster crowing, okay?
Is
Good
your
morning,
is your
Cindy.
radio going? I guess
Yeah, I'm
it-
getting ready to. I got the radio ready to fire, so
Oh.
here we go. We're getting ready to go live.
Good morning. We've talked.
Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Starshine is out there in Texas. There she is.
Yeah, good morning, Casper.
She's going to the doctor this morning because she can't see.
No, I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing floaters.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
It probably means I'm getting old.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Yes.
You'll never get old, Cindy. Not with a voice like
Oh.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't get old. You just get better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ricky. You just sucking
See,
up to sin.
now you see what happens when
You're
you be
just-
nice
you're
to
just-
people. See,
you're
they
just
don't,
trying-
they don't have a nice bone nowhere.
You just want to make sure that you don't wind up in trouble.
He knows them evaluations are due.
See, they start picking on me this early in the morning.
New cast come September.
Yeah, Cindy and your name here, because we're all in the penalty box for life.
No.
Did you share?
Not for-
Did you share on your page yet,
Yeah.
Cindy?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because I was getting ready to share it on your page.
I did. I did
All
share.
right. Well, we're still sharing. I love to share. I feel like Mr. Rogers when I'm sharing. Do you feel like Mr. Rogers when you're sharing? Hey, we're up to we gathered 3 new page likes since yesterday. So,
Great.
so we're up to close to 2,500 folks now liking the page and all that. That's pretty neat. It'll be up there big pretty soon, and we're still sharing around and getting folks lined up. So, what's the weather where you are, Cindy?
Oh, it's nice and cool this morning. It's 68 with a projected high of 87, and the humidity is 82% with a 0% chance of rain, but I think we might get some rain. Winds are out of the north at 7 miles per hour, and UV index is 0.
Has Chris Taylor showed up this morning yet? Because
I haven't seen him.
he gave me like a weather report. He must have been, I don't know what he was doing, but I got a weather report from him like at 11 o'clock, so I'd get a beep on my...
They're having a monsoon in Arizona. Is that who you're talking
Maybe
about?
that's what, yeah,
Wow.
maybe that's what it is.
Yes.
Well, it
Really?
was 500 degrees, the 1st of July. Now they're having a monsoon. I remember I've told y'all this before. Some of you, I don't know if I've told it on the air or not, but there was this lady talking to her, I think at church, and we were talking. I said something about the weather, and she said, "It's that old Sputnik." That would have been in about 1993 or something.
Yeah, that's
It's
been
that
long.
old Sputnik. That old Sputnik. Them Russians is up there manipulating the weather. That old Sputnik.
Well, they can sow, can't they? I mean, can't they put something in the clouds to make it rain? I thought they can do that. I thought
Yeah.
we did that.
Yeah, we did. We have it. The United States has experimented with that, and they've done a lot.
Ricky, you got to stop watching Ancient Aliens and stuff, Area 51 movies.
Oh, I saw the other day on the little clickbait news on Facebook that NASA is hiring someone to investigate the aliens for the Earth.
They've
Well, they're
been
not-
doing
Did
that
you
a
read-
long time.
They're not
Did you read
cloning
that?
them. They're actually recruiting people.
Yeah, you can
to
volunteer or whatever.
They're recruiting. No, it's a
Oh.
6-figure job. They're recruiting people to investigate life forms that may be trying to invade the earth.
Well, I just found my new job.
And they're talking.
They
about,
already got yours. Yesterday,
Well,
they decided where you were going yesterday.
Yeah,
On
we're
the 3
starting a
o'clock show.
GoFundMe page, and it's called "Send Ricky to Roswell," and we're trying to raise the money for his airplane ticket and his. You don't ride taxis. You have to ride the bus.
It's interesting. It's interesting you bring up Roswell because the Hewletts are having a family reunion in Roswell this weekend, and Marie and Virgil will be there tomorrow.
At Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah.
In Roswell, New Mexico, there are Hewletts that live there, and that's where they have the reunion now.
Oh gosh, we got to send Ricky out there.
Yeah.
We got to send Ricky to Roswell and give him a staff to walk with, like he's on a quest. Make him walk the last 20 miles. Like he's on like he's bound for the. I am bound for the promised land. I am bound for the.
Take that phone from him so he can't look nothing up.
Yeah.
Lori says she's going to apply too.
She's going to apply.
Yeah.
You know what? If I could figure out a way to do it, I'd get me an applicate. And let me tell you, I've figured out a way. It ain't gonna be long. About 5 more years or so. I'm gonna be parked right up on top of that mountain that we lovingly refer to as our boondock that overlooks the sea out there in the Philippines, and I'm gonna be sitting up there living like one of them mountain men in Alaska.
Living off the land.
Yeah, I'm gonna live off
Bush
the
people.
land and
Bush people.
live like bush people up there. And about once a week or so, I'll walk down to the house because the house is just like
Yeah.
mile and a half, 2 miles. I walk down there just so I can use a real toilet and get a shower and then come back. I'm gonna be parked up on that boondock, man. Hey, you know what I've had a hankering to do? Does anybody know what a shanty boat is? Cindy, do you know what a shanty boat is?
A shanty boat?
Shanty boat. A shanty
A
boat.
shanty boat. I don't.
You know what a shanty is? If I said they live in a shanty,
Yes.
now
yes.
imagine that built on a pontoon boat.
Okay, I know what it is now.
Okay, now long down around in Louisiana on the swamps and in Alabama and in Tennessee, people build shanty boats,
Yeah.
and it's a houseboat,
On
but it's not what you think about. But the pontoon is about 8 55-gallon drums, or 10, 12 of them, how long you want to make your shanty boat, welded together. All right.
Speaking of welding this morning.
They tack weld them together to make the pontoons. They tack weld the. Y'all, now listen, I'm trying to tell something serious.
okay, go ahead.
Shanty boat. I'm listening.
Yeah.
And they'll build a bathroom in it that's just like an outdoor toilet, but it just drops down into the water.
Wow.
It's the coolest thing. They have their little Coleman stove sitting over there in the kitchen counter. A shanty boat. You just go camp out on your shanty boat.
Wow.
Float down the
That'll
river.
work.
Nick
So-
Baird signed on. He probably got one.
I hadn't talked to Baird in about a week and a half. I've missed old Baird. Baird is always good for a laugh and something joyous and something uplifting. I feel like I've got a terrible head cold. One side of my headphones is out, so I feel like I got the
Oh,
cotton head.
no.
Everybody do this with me. Y'all do this with me. Say bye like we're saying bye. Say it.
Bye.
Bye.
Doze like doze off to sleep.
Doze
Is
is
stobbed like a stob in the ground.
stop.
Dub.
Dub.
By
My nose
doze is
is stopped
stop dub. By doze is stop dub.
That's a shame.
By doze is stop
My
dub.
nose is stopped.
By doze is stop dub.
Good morning, Nick.
Nicholas Q. Baird.
Nick Baird.
Well,
He's the nicest elderly guy I ever met.
Elderly.
Yeah.
Is he older than you?
Oh, absolutely.
Baird?
Bird old enough to be my father.
No, ain't that old.
Yeah, that boy.
Oh, you couldn't play that off?
No, you can do that.
When dinosaurs rule the earth, okay, I can go along with that.
Yeah, Frank's not really geriatric yet. He just looks like he escaped from the old folks' home since he's been sick. He got that infection in his foot now.
Now the heart's wore out. They got me doing all kinds
Hey,
of
you know
stuff
what'd be
now.
fun? Let's let you do this. Strip down to nothing but your short pants like we'll put some tape and stuff on you, and just go walk around there. See how long it takes for the cops to come get you. Take the old folks home. Here's
Be nice
Jeff
to
Seidel with
Outlaw.
Well, I keep saying that is I've got Alma's commercial logged in here, and it says Jeff Seidel with the Outlaw, but I've got Alma's commercial in here playing. Did you hear it? I'm gonna do it again. I introduced Jeff as the Outlaw, but it's Alma doing a commercial here.
Mga kababayan, ganang hapon po. Kayo'y nakikinig sa ating radio station, SGBN Network.
What was that last word?
Network.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Norfolk.
I didn't know what she said.
It was network.
What did Nick say?
Let's try this for a song. Here's a hillbilly for you. Oh, get it. Tucked between the pages of an old tattered Bible was a letter dated 1944. According to the heading, it was written by a father to his son while he was serving in the war. The condition of the paper made it difficult to read, but I could tell his hand was trembling as he wrote. It said, if you get to heaven before I do, rest assured, son, I'm coming to. Watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. And at the bottom of that letter, in a different colored pen, was a note dated 1963. It started out by saying, Dad, I've held on to this letter that you wrote because it meant so much to me. And I'm not sure that you can hear me, so I'm gonna write it down, and I'll just leave it with you right here by your bed. And this is what it said. It said, if you get to heaven before I do, rest assured, Dad, I'm coming too. Just watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. We'll gather around the table just like we did back then and complete the family circle once again. If you get to heaven before I do, rest assured, friend, I'm coming too. Just watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. Watch for me, and if you're able, save me a seat at the supper table. It's 25 minutes after the hour, wherever you are. It's 25 minutes after 8 here on the East Coast, and need to get up out of that bed if you're still laying around there.
You already played the rooster, right?
Yeah, well.
I just wondering because I'm like behind.
Oh. See, Frank's developing sometimers also.
Well, no, I've been sitting here clicking all this stuff.
Sometimers.
Yeah. Cindy, what time's your appointment? You got to be here at 8:45. Is that what you said?
Well, I've got to get there early. They open at 8, so I'll get over there at 8 and fill out the paperwork. But I live in Lubbock, and hey, traffic, I can get there probably in 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't
that's
take
pretty
long
good.
here. Yeah.
Ricky's
there's no
got to go up to
traffic
blood
jams.
bank.
Then to the vet.
Rick's got to pay his car insurance. He's got to go up to blood bank.
I heard that. I'm afraid to go to a blood bank.
I am too, man. I don't even want to go down the
afraid to
same
go,
street.
man.
you know?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm afraid to go there, man.
I remember that back years ago, man. I was a cop, you know. People be, man, but I'm trying to get the blood back. I got to pay for my insurance or whatever.
God.
You know,
You
they
mean
left that-
plasma? Are you talking about selling plasma?
I need all mine to
Go to
live.
the blood bank, sell
Ooh.
plasma.
I need all mine.
Yeah.
They left that red bucket. You know, they put needles and stuff in the biohazard thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They left that at my house. I don't know what to do with it. You can't put it in the trash. If you get caught with that in the trash, I mean, it's a big fine.
So what do you do with
I
it?
don't know.
Take it over to the hospital and ask them to dispose of it for you. When we get done here, let's go over to the hospital and worry.
Yeah.
Let's just go sit around in the waiting room and worry.
Yeah, we should broadcast live right from right inside the
And just tell
emergency
everybody
room.
we're
Yeah.
sitting here worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in the hospital and you don't have anybody come worry for you, we'll come.
We'll come worry for
You
you.
just let us know. We'll come.
Come sit
We'll
right there.
sit out in the family room and worry for you.
Or if you're coming in on a flight and you need to be greeted,
Yeah, we'll come
we'll
greet
get
you.
there
Yeah.
a couple hours early.
Yeah.
They took the TVs out, so we can't sit and put quarters in TVs anymore.
Yeah, we'll just.
That's right. They did take them out, didn't
Yeah.
they?
They got them hung up. You got CNN playing all the time in the airports.
When they-
Yeah,
CNN
that's
got
what
the
we used to do in the
contract.
middle of the night.
that way you
We go to the
depress going and
airport.
depress coming back, huh?
We'd go to the airport and sit there and watch TV at night.
Or crash funerals.
Oh my goodness.
Need something to eat? Just find a good funeral. Check the
Oh,
paper.
yeah.
Find a good funeral. Show up at the funeral home to eat.
Especially them country
Sign,
ones.
sign the book. Eat.
Say, well, who is this guy?
Just hug it. No, just hug everybody and just say, "Your
I'm
dad
so
was
sorry.
special to us.
Yeah.
Your dad,
I miss him already.
boy, he was a good man."
You say you miss him already.
You got some more fried chicken in the bag?
You ought to try it, Cindy.
I don't think so.
Give
Cindy.
Give it a
I think
whirl.
I'll
See,
pass.
give it a whirl. See how you like it. Let's
Yeah.
all do that. Let's
Yeah.
just work our way across the country, videotape ourselves crashing funerals. They have them 7 days a week. I mean, you can eat every day.
Nice facility.
As long as you hit a different town, you know, they'll catch on if you do it the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
day.
yeah.
They'll see you. Just crash funerals and
You know, we used to have a sheriff here years ago.
it's the truth.
And
It's
that's,
the truth. What he's about to say, it's the truth.
we had a sheriff years ago, back in the late 70s, early 80s. I worked for a funeral home here in
Okay.
Virginia Beach. And this particular sheriff would show up on every Thursday.
Every Thursday. That was his
at,
day.
at one particular chapel. Because we'd always have every Thursday we have a funeral at that one. And he would show up and stand there at the front door where the register book was and just shake hands.
Had his sheriff,
Everybody
had his
ca-
name,
yeah.
on, his badge and his ID thing on his
On
coat
his suit.
pocket, said it with his name, so you knew who it was, and he'd just say, welcome, and I'm so
Yeah.
sorry for your loss, and shake hands with everybody in there.
Everybody knew
Wow.
him. And when election time came, he swept the country.
Yeah, because everybody, man,
Everybody knew the sheriff.
Yeah,
he
we
showed
knew-
up at my mama's funeral.
he was a friend of our family. He showed up at my sister's wake, you
Yeah.
know, and stuff like that.
Wow.
I always thought it'd be funny, and I've thought about putting it in my will to be dressed up as Santa Claus or something. In the like when you die, get dressed up as a clown.
Oh,
or
I'm going as a
Santa
clown.
Claus
That's
or
already in
something.
mine.
Frank's always said he wanted to go as a clown.
Yeah.
Had the
Why?
big nose up there.
Why?
Have you ever walked up an aisle and seen a clown laying in a box?
Now, wouldn't that be funny?
No.
I think it'd be
I
funny
don't-
to have like on the sign where it's got your name where it got you all scratched out, and just put up there and just say $5 cover.
Well, we know your way of thinking.
We sure do.
Yeah.
$5 cover.
Yeah.
Sell the program for $2.50.
And put
You
it
know,
in the box. Don't leave it with my kids.
Yeah,
Put
like
it in
the
box.
program, you know, the program you get at the funeral,
We selling them for $2.50.
$2.50 for the program.
That's a
Yeah.
shame.
Last thing you do is make a profit on the way out of here.
$10 a seat.
You remember Blackie Festa?
Oh, yeah.
Blackie got.
Lori said, "Creepy, Frank."
But
No, it's the truth.
Y'all,
Look,
are,
that's,
y'all are a little bit creepy this morning.
That's-
Maybe you
that's
wanna
the
go ahead and
honest to
get
God
That's
off.
truth.
these two guys. That's not me. See, that's
That's the
why
hon-
Yeah.
I
that
got a
is the
clown to the
truth.
left of me and a joker to the right.
No,
Here
no,
I
no.
am,
That's
stuck in the
right.
middle.
That's
Stuck
right.
in the
We
middle
do.
with you.
I'm stuck in the
If
middle.
Will McFarland's on here, I think he played on that record.
Hey, Cindy, when you go
that's
to
the truth. I really do. I really do. I mean, I've got it written down and everything for my kid Put the nose on me, the makeup, the wig, the whole suit.
I'm going.
If you can't cry
Really?
for me when I'm alive, don't come walking up that box boo-hooing and stuff then.
That's
Come
it.
up there and just bust a gut laughing.
You know, look at this crazy.
Right.
He came in nuts. He went out nuts. That's
Yeah,
okay.
put a sign in there too, like deposit checks here, and have like you have like a box. Tell everybody put a check in there for you.
That's real creepy, ain't it? Cindy, when you get to Roswell, make sure you take some pictures. You know, 'cause
Well,
She ain't
I'm
going.
not going. I can't go because I have to work
She has
on
relatives
Sundays.
out there that
oh,
Yeah.
deposited there. They came to Roswell and stayed in about 19. You know,
oh, okay.
they came
I
from
don't know
another
how long
place.
I'm not sure how long they've lived out there. They're really nice people. I've met them because I've done several concerts there
Oh,
in
really?
the past, and I met them, and they're real sweet people.
Was there
And
any-
we used to have the reunions in Brownfield when my husband's grandmother was alive, but after she passed, they moved it there, and they have it every 2 years.
Because you know they have the the UFO and alien convention out there. I would
Oh
like to
yeah,
go to.
I've seen all that stuff in Roswell.
Yeah.
It's an interesting downtown in
Do
Roswell.
you dress
New
up for
Mexico.
that?
No, I just go as I am. I'm alien enough. I mean, anybody
If
walking, anybody
you're going
walking
to go
around with
to
a
that
bird.
area, though, if you're going to go close to Roswell or New Mexico, you need to go on to Carlsbad Caverns and go down in there. Have any of you guys ever been to Carlsbad Caverns?
No, not Carlsbad, but I went to the ones that were here in Luray.
I've been to Billy Joe's truck stop in Chattanooga. Does that count?
No, it does not.
It don't.
No, it does not. Carlsbad,
Last I checked, we were still about 12 hours from there to Texas.
they have an elevator. You can go down in the elevator, but if you choose to do the walk, it's about 5 miles. It's a long.
They got an elevator. You can go down at
long
Billy
walk.
Joe's too. You can go down there where they gamble and stuff. You can go down there and got a full blown casino.
Not the same. It's really
And not
pretty.
an Indian
it's
anywhere.
Really amazing.
I would like to. I like going down in them caverns. It was.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it really
it
is.
is beautiful.
It really is. It's a little
I
chilly,
would have
but
never
it's
been
good.
one of the spelunkers that discovered it, though. It would have it would have been undiscovered.
All right,
if
where
it
did
was
you
up to
learn
me.
the term spelunker? Tell me the truth. Tell the truth.
Spelunker? Well, when we've gone on because I have actually been to a camp with the kids.
So you learned that's where you
And-
learned the word.
Yes, the spelunker.
Do you know the
because-
word?
No.
Do you know that word?
Yes.
Where did you learn it? I'll tell the truth.
Roswell.
I'll tell the truth about where I learned the word spelunking.
I watched.
Where?
I saw it on TV.
Gilligan.
Yeah.
I learned it on Gilligan when the professor went looking in a cave.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I learned it from the professor on Gilligan. I learned what a spelunker is.
Yeah.
They have,
Nick
well, they
Bear
have some
said-
caverns. They have some natural caverns there near Carlsbad that you can go through. I mean, we had a spelunker that took us on a tour. So
There's Dooley.
I don't know. I think
I
I,
had a
learned it in
spelunker
school.
one time. Doctor got rid of it. I had put some salve on it. It's right up on the side of my neck, right about here behind my ear. It was a terrible one. Doctor had one
Are you
spelunker.
sure that was a spelunker?
Yeah, I had a spelunker one time. That thing would fly, man. That thing was faster than the daggone husk of Arnie.
The what? See,
Good
I'm-
morning, Matt Dooley. You're about
I'm gonna
35
tell you
minutes
something.
late, but
Think about what you could use words like that for. Man, I had a spelunker out there, and I caught this 8-pound bass with that spelunker, man.
this hillbilly humor, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like I've been reborn
It's
again.
instead of growing up Kardashian, I am going to write this book called Growing Up Hillbilly. I'm going to
Believe
talk
me.
about sleeping with a piece of sandstone about that big that your daddy has kept in the bottom of the coal stove until that sandstone is hot. Get it out with the big old prongs and roll it up in an army blanket and put it at the foot of your bed. That's the homemade electric blanket, y'all. That's what that is.
Wow.
Work.
Yeah, because we didn't have
How it
heat in the
works.
bedroom, so you'd put that piece of sandstone about that big rolled up in an army blanket after it'd been sitting in the bottom of the stove for about an hour. And that sandstone would hold the heat, and it would radiate throughout the night. Once you got about 12 of those big quilts that Mom and Grandma and everybody made, you got about 80 pounds of blanket on you, so you can't get up. You're just like
Ain't got to
nailed to
worry
the
about
bed.
that, huh?
Yeah, you can't get up. You're nailed to the bed, you know.
Wow.
then in the morning
Yeah.
when you get up, you can tell your mama, "Oh, my head, I'm so hot." Got a fever. I can't go to school.
No, by the time you get up, you got to chop ice off the water bucket. I'm serious because it get cold. I mean, the sandstone only lasts a few hours, but you sleep through it once you're already asleep. Wake up and see your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, wake up and be steam. Yeah,
We do that when I'm with you anyway.
yeah.
You get in the car with Mark, boy. You got to get in there with a
Frank got an
snowsuit
electric
on.
blanket that you plug into the cigarette lighter to ride with me.
You got to wear a snowsuit.
Really?
when you ride
Yeah,
me.
Frank got an electric blanket to ride
You have
with
to
me in the
send
car.
it.
Oh, Frank, I've got to tell you guys once. We were driving, we met Kirk and I met we met Mark in North Carolina in Charlotte, and we drove from Charlotte to Nashville. And so I get car sick, so Mark let me ride in the front seat, and I thought he had dual air. So he was letting me adjust the knobs, and I had it nice and warm and toasty. And finally, I don't know, did I look at you or did you say something?
No, I
Mark?
stopped at
forget.
I pulled in a grocery store. So you said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to go ahead and get some butter so I can brown myself. I need to
And
baste."
I didn't know.
She was cooking
that-
me, man. She thought I had left and right air.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
I
she had
did.
hers on about 78. You know, I like mine on Klondike -5.
Yes, my kneecaps be frozen when I ride with Mark.
I was driving down the road.
yeah.
I've told Cindy this before. I've driving down the road talking to Cindy on the phone or something. You know, I'll be driving, and I'll be sitting there just miserable. My fingers are freezing. It's because it's hitting that. My hands are just be like, gosh, why are my hands hurting? It's because they're like about frostbite.
Golly, I don't say that.
Oh, no.
When you sit in Mark's car, my kneecaps be frozen, my ankles don't work. I mean,
Yeah.
I have to
Somebody-
roll
Oh.
out the car.
You know, we got Ricky here in the middle, Matthew, if you need some help.
What am I going to do?
Well,
Good morning, Teresa Vest.
He said he's dealing with fraud charges on his bank account.
So what am I going to do about it?
Fraud charges on your bank account. We'll hold it for you.
Yeah, we got to blame it on somebody.
Hey, I
When do
watched
you get
something
paid?
about that. I watched a video yesterday about that. If you use a debit card when you get gas, make sure that you kind of wiggle or jiggle the thing where you put it in to make sure it's not a fake one on top of it.
Yeah.
They said always try to get closest. Don't do the one that's farthest from the inside where the clerk can see. Try to find that pump closest. And then they also said, look at your Bluetooth, because once you have your card in there, if you're seeing numbers trying to connect, you know, there's a problem. But who's going to take the time to do that and pull out your Bluetooth every time you fill up?
Miss Goody
Most of us are
Two-Shoes.
busy.
Cindy, you're busting people just out here trying to make a living.
I know it.
May
I
not
know
be,
it. That's-
it might
I'm-
not
I
be
am no
honest,
fun,
but it's a
am I?
living.
But you,
I'm
you
no
got to
fun.
make a living. You know, speaking of making a living, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give. I wish I knew this guy's name. I'm gonna give props to a guy. I pulled in to get air in my tire at the Wawa station.
Okay.
There's a joker sitting there, and he's got him a little stool. He's got a little zip bag. He says, "I'll be happy to put that air in there for you, sir. Just stay in your car." I said, "Okay." So he put the air in my tire, and he came back. I was in my truck. He says, "You know you have a leak in your rear tire?" He said, "You got a nail in it." And I said, "Really?" I went out there and looked. Sure enough, there's a nail in my tire. He said, "I'll fix that for you." I'm not telling a joke. Frank's waiting for the punchline. It's true. He said, "I can fix it for you." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "Well, you charged me." He said, "Just whatever you feel like it's worth." So he took his little tool bag out, fixed that tire,
He
put a plug in,
yeah,
put a plug in
yeah,
it.
plug in it.
I gave him a $20 bill, and then I talked to him for a minute. He'd been in the penitentiary for 26 years.
Wow.
He's out of the penitentiary, and he sits over there by that thing, and he says, "I just figured that 1 out of 4 or 5 people coming here needing air in a tire have a leak. And I offer to put the air in the tire for them, don't charge anything. And if I see a nail or something like that, I tell them I'll fix the tire for them." He said, "I can sit out here and make myself $100 a day, make an honest living, just sitting right here by this air pump."
Wow, that's pretty
Hey,
amazing.
ain't that something? I wish I knew the guy's name. I'd tell everybody to go down there and see him.
Wow.
That's good.
That-
But he
that's
sits there
amazing.
by the free air pump at the Wawa.
Yeah. Wow.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
And he's
smart.
He don't
write
charge
it
you
down.
anything.
Don't write it down, Ricky.
I won't.
Yeah.
I know how you are on new ideas.
Here's a song by His Anthony T. Graham Brown.
Anthony Diaz.
Well, I can't get this thing to work.
You gotta push the button. There we go.
You've heard a multitude of prayers on my behalf, and I pray one more is not too much to ask. I've tried to fight this battle by myself, but it's a war that I can't win without your help. Tonight I'm as low as any man can go. I'm down and I can't fall much farther. And once upon a time you turned the water into wine, and now on my knees I'm turning to you, Father. Could you help me turn the wine back into water? So many times I've hurt the ones I love. I pushed them to the edge of giving up. They stood by me, but how much can they stand if I don't put this bottle in your hands? Tonight I'm as low as any man can go. I'm down, I can't fall much farther. And once upon a time you turned the water into wine, and now on my knees I'm turning to you, Father. Could you help me turn the wine back into water? I shook my fist at heaven for all the hell that I've been through, but now I'm begging for forgiveness and a miracle from you. 'Cause tonight I'm as low, oh, as any man can go. Well, I'm down and I can't fall much farther. And once upon a time you turned the water into wine, and now on my knees I'm turning to you, Father. Could you help me turn the wine back into water? Would you help me turn this wine back into water?
I got to tell you something.
Back into water.
That's a
Hello?
monumental song for old Brown. Right
I like
there,
that
man.
song. I like the way he sings. His voice
Yeah.
is just something about his voice that I like.
You wouldn't believe the stories that
Oh,
are
literally
emails,
hundreds
calls,
of thousands or even into the millions of people have been affected by that song.
Yeah.
People that have struggled with alcohol and drugs, and people who, there was this one guy who was a former college football star that got all liquored up, and,
Yeah.
and you know he became a drunk and he couldn't make it in the NFL. He couldn't you know he just became an alcoholic. He was sitting in his pickup truck ready to blow his brains out and had a radio on, and this song came on. Called T, and he wrote T. Graham a nice letter about it and said, you know, that this thing stopped me from killing myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And but anyway, that's a great song. So moving right along. Now look, I went and got me a nice new hairdo yesterday.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Okay. Now Frank, whom I have successfully managed to hate for almost 40 years. Okay. If I come in here and I got my wig all blowed back straight and smooth, he says, "You look like Jerry Falwell." If I got it spiked up long on the top, he says, You look like the warden on Shawshank Redemption. So I go get it cut. Now today he says it looks like it's been cut with a weed eater. Now listen, this is a guy who cuts his hair with a Flowbee. Take your hat off and show him what wig that you're judging my wig by. Cindy, get in here with me, will you? Cindy's a professional hairdoist.
Mine's being moisturized at the moment.
Oh, yours is being moisturized like when Ricky's got a pair of stockings on his head. That's how I'm gonna say it. Keep out of trouble with Cindy. He's got a pair of He's got a stocking on his head. Windman's lingerie on his head.
And I started to wear it this morning.
Yeah, Cindy would have made you get off the camera.
Yeah, I would have drove right by like I didn't even know him.
Why?
Man, you just don't want to come
Because I
out
was
with
eating a
somebody's
pork chop
drawers
and
on
cheese
your head.
biscuit.
You said what?
I was eating a pork chop and cheese biscuit.
Oh, yeah. Ricky can't be around pork.
Yeah.
He'd have to get his rug out. Ricky had to roll his rug out and get his cool hat on.
You know what? I hate that I even put that thing on my head. I hate I even
You ain't
wore
the only
that.
one that hates that you put it on your head. I got to
Why,
say.
what's wrong
There are
with
other
it?
people who would join you in that hate.
What was
What's
that? Was it
wrong with
last
it?
week before you said, I said, where's Ricky? You said he's rolled his blanket up or something.
Rolled his rug up.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with it?
Hey, guys,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Barely?
Turn you
Okay.
back up. Here we go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
I'm
I
in
turned
my
you up
car.
on the.
Because
yeah, I
all
figured
I-
you're in the car.
I'm
Cindy,
in my Bluetooth.
Well, Cindy, you can take off if you want. I mean, we're not going to affect your check.
Do what?
Hate is such a strong word. Let's not use that word.
Who said hate?
Ricky.
Oh my
y'all-
goodness,
No.
Cindy! Why? Seriously, we got to go on the daggone hate patrol now.
Cindy,
Sooner or
all
later, we're not even going to be able to say "dad gum" or "burn Dad burn it."
Teasing.
Huh?
I'm teasing.
I know you are.
I'm just
I mean,
teasing.
what it is I have to keep my hair conditioned because
Yes,
I
you
have-
do, and
look,
they don't understand
look,
that.
they don't
I
understand that.
Look, Cindy,
I do.
his hair is a 16th inch long. What is he conditioning? What's he trying to do? Get
Scalp.
lay down smooth?
His scalp. No, his scalp. He's conditioning his
Scalp.
Scout.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Cindy.
It's the color of Barack
No,
Obama's.
It
It
used to be
started out-
salt and pepper. Now it's just salt. You catch that joke from behind, look like a Q-tip.
No, you have to definitely. You have to condition.
They don't understand. They don't understand because I'm older
I
than
do.
I'm older
I
than
do.
Well, yeah, Ricky's significantly older than us.
yes.
Oh, it's a
About
couple years.
5 years. I think you're.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you're 5 years older than me and Frank.
No.
3.
You were
4.
already getting in trouble, Frank, before they were born. I mean,
Hey,
Ricky,
hey, look,
you were
we're all
already
just trying.
getting in trouble.
We're just trying to keep Frank around to get his first Social Security check.
Oh, you guys are best.
Let me tell you, that's why I got a clown to the left of me and a joker to the right. And here I am stuck in the middle.
We're just trying to make sure Frank makes it so he can get at least some of his money back.
Well, they need to hurry up.
Need to come on with it. Yeah. Get on the phone and call your president up and say, hey, look, Hoss, I filed my paperwork. I can't even walk. What are you going to do now? Oh, golly, Ned.
It's pretty neat that our presidents live in D.C.
Huh?
That our presidents live in D.C. One's
Why?
in the White House, one's down the street.
Wait a minute, I didn't get that.
Well, his president lives in the White House.
And where's your president live?
He lives down the street with Michelle.
Oh, he's talking about because the Obamas decided they couldn't take no for an answer, so they decided they'd stay on, run a shadow government over in D.C. Somebody needs to.
That's terrible, man. That is terrible.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
That is terrible. That's terrible. See, they haven't had any coffee this morning. That's why
I
they
know
just said-
we don't have any coffee up here. I've only had 1 cup of coffee.
I stole that, or I didn't steal it. I took that bag of creamers this morning. They're out in the car.
Have you got Locklear lined up to get on the phone, or has he answered up yet?
I sent him a message, but he hadn't responded. He's probably sitting eating some eggs.
Nick
or
Beard.
Let's talk about something. What Bear said?
He said, we know that God has a great sense of humor. If he didn't, He'd pinch all your heads off right now.
That's about the truth.
He'd pinch all your heads off right now.
Look, Nick called me the day they had the earthquake in D.C. You remember that?
No.
You remember they had the earthquake? It's been 6-7 years ago. Nick called me and told me that. He said that's the founding fathers rolling over their grave because Barack Obama's president. That's what Nick said.
Oh,
That's the founding fathers rolling over their grave.
Nick, come on, man.
Speaking of earthquakes,
Yeah.
I tried to call you last night, but as usual, you never answer your phone. Voicemail's full.
Yeah.
It's by design.
Don't answer texts.
I answer texts if I want to. Go ahead.
Oh. Do you know that Oklahoma has had 7 earthquakes in the last 28 hours?
Wow.
So what part are we going through?
It might not be anything left.
There's a fault line somewhere like in Memphis. There's a huge fault line there on the edge of Memphis, Tennessee.
Is that the
there?
New Madron fault? I think that's what I may have. It may be a different one, but I think they call that the New Madron fault, something like that.
So yeah, we've had, and of course there are some around Texas and Oklahoma. I don't know if it's from drilling oil, the oil wells. I don't know. I won't go there.
Well, they said they've had 7 in the last 28 hours.
Wow.
Really?
Is there a lot of damage?
They didn't mention that.
Oh.
Just they've had 7. They were showing the Richter scale.
Well, the Bible said that was going to be happening.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking, and Mark plans on driving through there.
Let's do a little station ID. Here we go. This stupid thing.
Hi, we're the Oak Ridge Boys, and you're listening to the smallest gift radio network on SGBN.
I've got to get a new cue machine over there.
Lori says
love that
that's
song.
caused by fracking. Lori, you misspelled a word. It's not C-U-S-E-D. That's cuss. That's
It's called.
well, it's called C-A-U-S-E.
You know, I'm convinced that.
But we know what you're
I'm
saying.
convinced that driving without your seatbelt causes cancer because so many people got cancer that didn't wear their seatbelts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The frog's hearing mechanism's in his legs because if you cut the frog's legs off and you tell him to jump, he won't move.
Where does he get this stuff from?
He sits
Cindy?
up at nighttime and reads this stuff.
No, I don't read it. I write it.
Oh.
You make it up.
So how long are you going to be at the doctor's office, Cindy?
Oh, it probably shouldn't take too long, but when they dilate your eyes, I don't know if you've ever had that done.
No.
Are you driving home?
They stick in it. Oh, yeah, I've got dark sunglasses. I'm driving. I will.
Okay, Lori.
Not
we
hard.
go.
Like
I'm
Ray
with you,
Charles
baby.
out there getting home.
Oh, no, you can
What's
still
the matter with
see
you?
after your eyes
I
are
was talking to
dilated.
Lori.
You just are sensitive to the light. I've got some
Well,
sunglasses.
we couldn't hear what he said because Ricky's having a conversation with some girl over here, came with Lori, over the our friend Lori Hughes, I'm assuming. While you're
yes.
trying to talk, so we don't have any idea what you said, you know, but because Ricky's having his personal dialogue here. He forgets everybody can hear. I'll be sitting there on my Bluetooth in the car, and he'll be talking to me like the people on the Bluetooth can't hear.
I can't help it.
Ricky been up all night.
Yes, I have. I'm quite tired.
So that's Ricky's
I'm
excuse.
quite tired. I am. Hey, I just had a rough night.
Give up that janitorial service. Good morning, Prince.
Stop, Frank.
Yeah.
The janitorial service, huh?
Yeah.
Michael
Cindy,
said,
how far are you from the doctor?
Right now, I'm only a couple miles.
All right.
hey, but don't you want to be in the doctor's office and still be online?
Probably not. But I may take
we-
my headphones in and listen
Do
to
that,
you
and
guys.
we'll
I've
ask
gotta
your
fill out
doctor for a
paperwork.
donation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the doctor on the air.
listen to
We'll ask him. I want to start getting some opinions because I was sitting there on thinking yesterday. Wonder how many kids are sitting in high school right now, studying hard and taking extra courses, biology stuff, because they dream of growing up to be a proctologist.
None of them here.
None of them here.
I mean,
you can take that
but
to
think
the
about
bank.
it though. What kid wants to go to school to be a proctologist? I'm figuring it. What you like? You get a C minus, in med school. They say, well, just kind of. This are your options here.
Yeah, you can shift.
Yeah, you can join the army, or
Your son says he's been up all night too.
well, Michael's been up all night defending freedom, making sure the communist horde don't come through the Cumberland Gap.
Were you sitting on a big rock, Mike?
He put his coonskin cap on and
Looking like Davy Crockett.
yeah, out there. Michael's excited. He's got, seriously, he's really excited. He's gotten. I understand he's been selected, or in the process of being selected for the bike patrol, and they hang a bike rack on the back of their police car, and then they get out and ride the bike through the hood
Yeah.
so they can be quiet at night.
Yeah.
They sneak up all the
No
gangsters
lights.
doing the
Yeah, no lights.
riding a bicycle through the. And I'm thinking, you talk about an easy target.
You ain't
I
lying.
mean, somebody stretch a piece of rope across the road and wait for you to come riding through the.
Or let them pit bulls loose, Mike. You're going to be an Olympic champion.
Yeah, no, he just better be a good shot, which he is.
About a 40 or 50 pound fishing line.
Yeah.
Let's play a song. Here we go. We're going to send Cindy the Doctor with Kyrie Eleison. Lord have mercy, down the road that I must travel.
And you guys have a good day.
You too.
Okay, we love you, Cindy.
Love you, and you stay on the straight and narrow.
Okay.
Okay.
You might have to come back.
Okay, I'll
All
talk
right.
to you later.
All right, bye.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
You need to stop.
The wind blows hard against this mountainside, across the sea into my soul. It reaches into where I cannot hide, setting my feet upon the road. My heart is old, it holds my memories. My body burns a gem like flame. Somewhere between the soul and soft machine is where I find myself again. Carrying down the road that I must travel. Carrying through the darkness of the night. Carrying where I'm going, will you follow? Carrying
Good morning again. Those of you joining us now for the first time this morning, get up out that bed. If you're out there on the left coast, get up.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good
Or minus Cindy.
Yes, an angel, good morning. Cindy ain't here, Bubba ain't here. Holy smoke. I guess it's going to be up to Frank to keep us in the guardrails.
Yeah,
this
she
morning.
left me this little cattle prod.
A what?
Cattle prod, electrocution. No, she's
I'd like to announce that Champion Chevrolet in downtown is giving away a brand new Chevrolet truck with the purchase of a can of pork and beans for $62,000.
62 grand for a can of beans, huh?
But you get the truck free.
Oh, okay.
And you better check the code and stuff on the bush beans.
Yeah,
Whatever
you
you call
should.
it now.
Yeah. Let's roll some of that beautiful bean footage.
Good morning, everybody.
And we'll get
Virginia Beach.
Sparky to be the mascot.
Yeah. Good night. Well, it's Friday, and it's Friday free for all, and Cindy's gone.
Yeah, you
holy cow! Watch
Oh,
out.
yeah.
I want to tell you this story.
Uh-oh, he just got
No, I
started,
was gonna
y'all.
tell
He
you about
getting
hold on,
started.
guys, in the
Let
truck.
me read through here first, see who's on here that can report back to Cindy.
All right. Oh yeah, you better check.
Yeah, we sure better.
She's probably got hall monitors.
No, but she said she was going to have her headphones on.
She's got hall monitors walking up, making sure we don't get out of line. Yes, Mrs. Hewlett.
No, she said she's going to have her headphones on, so y'all
Well,
better
doctor,
be
if
careful.
you're listening, instead of dilating her eyes, dilate her ears.
Yeah, stuff some cotton in there. Tell her she's got the world's worst ear infection and stuff cotton in there so we can have some
so we can have
nut
some fun.
time here.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What's on the agenda, guys? Come on, y'all.
I was just thinking about the
Don't
we
get
go,
started.
here
But
we
here we
go.
go. Here we go. He getting wound up, y'all.
You remember the time we stole that old widow woman's clothes off her clothesline, dressed that Mexican boy up and sold him to the Indians
See?
as a squaw?
See? He let the cat out the bag now.
I told everybody I'm going to penitentiary before my life is over.
Man, most everything we did, those already the statutes run out on it, so we're good.
See, that just let y'all know how old they are. These boys got some years between them.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, Cindy was talking about the future farmers of America. Ricky thought that FFA stood for the Future Felons of America in Detroit. That's what it stands for. Future Felons of America chapter. Join here.
I was going to say, boy, I know a whole bunch of them in that chapter, boy.
I'm telling you.
Well, I used to anyway. I
Did
don't
you
know
see the
that.
video of the white guy that went to Burger King in Detroit? In there raising cane, raking stuff off the counter and stuff. That black boy coming around that corner that worked at Burger King. Lick him. That old girl come running from behind the counter and had a taser and was zapping him for no reason. Bam, bam, bam. He got it run out the door. It was so funny. So that's Detroit
Hey,
for
don't
you.
come in here messing with my job. I got to hold on to this.
You remember back in the day when streaking was popular?
Oh, yeah. They used to streak at baseball games, basketball
We got
games.
Danny Harmon convinced to ride on the hood of the car streaking and went through the drive-through like that at the Burger King.
Oh, gee. Y'all convinced him.
Yeah, we got Herman Bailey convinced that the world record for jumping out of a car with it moving was 44 miles an hour. So we got him all dressed up and had a mining helmet on him with tape around his head and put foam rubber on his elbows and stuff. Got him in the back seat. We're going down the street. I'm at about 50. That's 35. I'm at about
Man.
okay, 45. He jumps out at about 60 miles an hour. He looked like a bowling pin.
I'm glad I wasn't your friend back then.
Oh man! Then we got him convinced that he could get the Guinness Book of World Records for going the fastest in a shopping cart. So we put him in a shopping cart behind the behind the shopping center.
He must not have
I
been
pushed
too
him
bright.
with my car in a shopping cart.
I'm glad I didn't know y'all back then. See, he must not have been too bright.
Man, I could sell though. I could put a deal together. I could close a guy on something. You know.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about him and shopping carts. When you see a police car with a shopping cart tied to the back of it with rope,
I did it.
Dragging it to the precinct,
I
full
did
of
it.
stuff that the man lives in, cardboard boxes.
That's his
pails.
Winnebago.
Yeah.
That's his RV. Man had his RV, you know, all put in his shopping cart, and he'd set it up at night, you know. He's pushing the shopping cart. Well, he has scratched this woman's car. And she is not, I tried to tell her, look, he's indigent, he's a vagrant. I want him arrested, and I'm going to sue him. Well, what are you going to sue him for? He don't even own the shopping cart. He stole that. So I finally gave up and said, fine. Well, so now they're telling me, my sergeant says I got to voucher all this junk.
I said, okay.
So I just took a piece of rope, hooked it to my bumper of the police car, and I'm going right down Tidewater Drive with a shopping cart with this guy's Winnebago in it, all the way to the police station.
You was dragging a shopping cart.
Well,
There she is.
who?
Cindy sent Kim Walker in to check on you.
Oh, my goodness. Better
Oh.
straighten up now. Kim
All right,
Walker's in
okay,
here.
Kim.
Cindy's done
Yeah, good
text
morning,
Kim,
Kim.
told her get on here and straighten us
Okay.
out.
Good morning, Kim.
Yep. Well,
And he
Was-
took him to jail.
Huh?
Yeah.
The shopping cart and him.
yeah, I took him in the shopping cart to jail.
That's a doggone shame. Then what did the shopping cart do?
Well, I had to go voucher it as evidence because this woman wanted to file an official legal complaint and have him prosecuted. So I had to voucher everything in that shopping cart.
I bet he had stuff in there that was like, ooh.
Ricky, let me tell you a story. So we roll up on the guy. His name's Eat 'em Up. That's
Eat
what
'em
call-
up?
We called him Eat 'em
Yeah,
Up.
Eat 'em Up. We roll up on him. He's over by the bakery.
He was a dumpster driver. He'd eat out of the bakery,
Oh, okay,
the
okay,
bakery
okay.
dumpster. That's why I called him Eat 'em Up.
And he's got his whole fort set up. He's sitting on a 5-gallon bucket.
Bucket, yeah.
Got a fire and stuff going.
Right in the middle of the city.
Mark pull up and say, "Eat 'em up. You got to put that fire out." He'd be mad as fire. Put the fire out. Another hour or so, come rolling back up there, got that fire going again. It's cold out. All right, that's all the heat the man's got.
First they hollered at me, "Get off my property!"
Yeah, get off my property.
He said trying to get
He
on
sat,
his property.
he sat behind the
And
Kentucky
chase-
Fried Chicken in the bakery.
Chase him with a stick, too.
Get off my property!
If I had saw that, I'd have been in
Listen now. Now he's sitting there. We roll back up there. He got that fire going. He's sitting there by a fire. That head nodding there. He's asleep. So Mark said, "All right, I'm gonna fix him this time." Gets out the police car, grabs the fire extinguisher, and goes and hits that bucket of fire. And the sparks and stuff get all over his wool coat.
Set the man on fire.
Then he's spraying him.
They had to spray him. He woke him up out of a dead sleep. Then I felt sorry for him.
Set the man on fire.
What'd I do after that?
Went to Burger King, got him a couple Whoppers, all
The
kinds of stuff.
coffee. I felt sorry for him because of that. Had to put his fire out.
Oh man, you set the man on fire.
sure did.
Sure did.
Well, you don't know how much pressure that extinguisher has. You know what I mean? And it just hit that bucket. It just blew it all out in the bucket, all over him.
All right, so check this out. There's another guy just like Eat 'em Up. He's a homeless guy. He went into Shoney's buffet. So the Shoney man called. He said, "There's a homeless guy up here, and he's just he's standing at the buffet eating."
He was just
He's just standing at the buffet eating. He's getting a piece of chicken, just standing there and eat it. So I go up there. Now, look, I'm a rookie cop, and I've been told about people like keeping needles or defecating and stuff in their pants.
Yeah.
So I get this guy out there, and I'm getting ready to put him in the car. I reach in his pocket to search him, and I've got this warm, gooey, lumpy nastiness. And I spun him around and just rubbed it in his face. He said, "Man, why you want to put potato salad in somebody's face?"
You rubbed the potato salad.
Well, you know what I thought it was.
I know.
I mean, I'm out here in the dark. I got a handful of warm potato salad. He been loading his pockets up full of potato salad.
Man, I was going to eat that.
He been loading his pockets up full of potato
I had
salad and
something to go along
roll.
with my chicken.
That's a true story.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh, isn't that crazy? Man, why you want to put potato salad in somebody's face?
That's a shame. I'm glad I didn't know y'all then.
The Prince said, "Tell Dad I said, see, are they a moose?"
Oh, that was another story. You
and
remember
we
that?
the police, ain't we?
You remember that when Cozart came out?
We changed your bedroom and living room around.
Yeah. Oh, boy, I was hot. I was mad, boy.
Oh, Ricky, you would have loved that.
God,
Yeah,
boy.
see, are they a moose?
Y'all two, man. Just between y'all two, man. Y'all are a TV show.
I had bought a police car with the fleet, and it was a Dodge Diplomat. They let us buy them. You know, we could buy our own car.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
as they ordered the new cars. So I bought a police car, and I had it rigged up and stuff, and I had some friends come down to visit with me, and we'd been up. I'd worked all night. We'd been up all day going to the zoo looking for a moose, and been up all night. And
oh, they're from West Virginia, boys.
You were
when
looking for
Cozart
a moose.
Yeah, they wanted to see a moose at the zoo. You know, they wanted to see a moose, so we went to the zoo to see if we could find a moose. Well, anyway, I've been awake about 3 days, so I'm taking a nap. I'm sitting over in the police car, or it's my private car, but it was built like a police car and had stuff on it, you know, siren, red light. I'm sitting over there, and I look out the window. I crack one eye, and the phone poles look like a picket fence. I mean, we must have been running 150 miles an hour. Cozart's driving. And then I noticed this sound. He's got the stuff going. And I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "We're the law, ain't we?" They come down to visit from West. "We're the law, ain't we?"
See, I'm glad I didn't know y'all back then. I don't think I'd be as sane as I am today.
I'm just surprised we lived as long as we did.
Wow.
Here's T. Graham Brown, Leon Russell, yours truly as a producer and arranger on Shadow of a Doubt. Here we go.
Just another homesick child, tired of running wild. Oh, I'm ready to stand trial and move on. Though I'm guilty in your sight, show some mercy tonight. I can't make it through the fight alone. Oh, but Lord, don't make it easy. Keep me working till I work it on out. And I said, please, just shine another light on me, that I'm free from this shadow of doubt. Lord, now keep me out of the shadow of a doubt. Play it. As I'm trying to make some sense of this world I'm up against, Lord, I know my best defense is your love. When the struggle gets insane and the lesson's full of pain, keep me calling out your name with love. Oh, but oh no, Lord, don't make it easy. Keep me working till I work
We're calling Baird.
Yeah. Oh, call me during your break. There you go.
We're on a break.
Who, Heath?
No, Nick.
This is Nick.
Brother Baird, you're on the air.
Hold on one second. I'm on there. Hold on one second.
Nicholas, you're on the air.
Hold 1 second.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Sound like it's at the Chinese joint.
Read you 5 by 5.
Give me a number 7, please, with a large cup of coffee, cream, and 2 Splendas.
Nick's getting a 7 with a large coffee, cream, and 2 Splendas.
That's all.
That's it. That's all he's getting.
That's correct.
It's live radio, and live people got to eat.
Yeah, and Friday, senior citizen discount.
Thank you.
Did you get your senior citizen discount?
Is a Friday show. This is a Friday show from deep Southwest Florida. It's a steak. It's a steak and biscuit with a large cup of coffee from McDonald's. You know the coffee's good.
But you did not ask for the senior's discount.
I did not. In fact, I always forget that. Dadgummit.
Put you a little sticky note on your rearview mirror so you can remember.
Yeah. Ask for your senior discount. I forget I'm a senior, but I forget most things these days.
Yeah. Hey, you ever gone out the house without your pants?
Don't ask him that.
I've gone out zipping them up.
Yeah.
You've had to take them off getting in the house, haven't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You ain't lived till you've done that.
He had a metformin attack between the car and the house. He just had to hose down.
Hey, it's like a big bear in the woods.
You got to do it where you can, right? You know,
oh, brother, you don't want to get in a tide like that.
No, when you start getting next age.
So now, are we on the break right now?
No, we're on the air, pal.
Are you?
Yeah, you're on the air. We got your order and everything.
I'd like to. Did you get to hear me order?
Yeah, we heard your order.
Well, I'd like to give a big shout out this morning to Mary Lee Heitman in Napoleon, Ohio. Our good friend Corky's wife. She's listening in this morning on the Smallest Gifts Radio Network.
Well, good morning.
And hopefully Corco is listening too. Have
Where
a happy
is the
day up there, y'all.
Where is the Corkster today? You talk about a fun guy.
He'll be in Napoleon, Ohio, is where he is.
I'm telling you, right there by the Campbell's. Right there by the Campbell's farm. The soup farm with the grow vegetables.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what.
That steak biscuits can be cold by the
that
time
joker, Corky would walk up to a total stranger and he'd go, "You just walked by an old friend. How have you been? Oh, I've thought about you over the years. I've thought about you over the years." And just have them sitting there, they'd spun completely out, trying to say, "Oh, I've missed you too. How have you been?" And he'd just have a conversation with a total stranger like that.
Wow.
Yeah. He could, man.
Wow.
He just touched somebody on the shoulder and say, you just passed by an old friend.
Wow. I have people convinced that they used to be
friends. Yeah. And there's a guy somewhere. I don't know if we need to disclose Mr. Foley or not. Should we leave that alone? Or
Ed Foley. Ed was a friend of his. Ed has passed away.
Well, okay, so we can disclose Ed. Ed Foley got blamed for everything. I mean, somebody... So anything something went wrong said, "Well, now did you speak to Ed Foley?"
Well, that sounds like something around here.
Yeah, it did.
That sounds real familiar, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here in the church.
Corky was good friends with Ed from way back. He and his cousin Ralph, and they used to put Ed in a trick. Anything that happened, they throwed him right under the bus.
And Ed ain't had nothing to do with
it.
That
they throwed him under the bus too many times. Ed didn't have nothing to do with it. It wasn't anywhere around the place.
But have you got your food yet? That's more important. I hadn't heard you say thank you.
I got my food, and I'm headed over the Punta Gorda Bridge, 2 Mile Bridge, looking at the beautiful Charlotte Harbor and Peace River.
Yeah? You must have got your air conditioner fixed because I don't hear it sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Absolutely got that fixed, and it's nice today. It's 88 going to 94.
Yeah.
We'll have a little afternoon rain activity, but we got some activity out in the tropics that we're looking at very closely over the next 2 or 3 days.
Uh-oh.
Well, there you have
Probably
it.
a week out.
Whoa.
Well, so tell us what's new.
Gonna...
Tell us what's new down around Punta Gorda, Florida. What's the word there, Thunderbird?
Well, we're building a new 4-story hotel. It's going to be a ding dong daddy, a triple D is what it's going to be. And we're rebuilding
a ding dong daddy. That's a triple D. He'll say if Dick likes something, he'd say that's a triple D. That means it's a ding dong daddy. It's a triple D.
Exactly.
Ding dong daddy.
Exactly.
Like a
And we're
nickname
getting
for
ready
Ricky.
for the season. So, the season starts November 1st, and y'all just all come down together, and we'll treat you so many ways you got to like.
That's another road trip we need to do. We need to go to Punta Gorda and broadcast from Nick's front yard, from the table.
Yeah.
We ought to do a Saturday show down there from Nick's table.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
We'll
Either
have to
that or we
figure out
go
a
to
place to
Harpoon
play.
Harry's and sit right on the beach and
That
feed
sounds
the
better.
seagulls.
Harpoon Harry's and look at the seagulls and do it live from the beach. You need to get us a booking down there so we can bring the band and come down and do it on the road. We're heading out across the country. We're going to go to the Strand and we're going to hit Nocona, Texas, and we got a couple other dates working our way back home. We need to pick up a Florida date and a Georgia date to get down there and do SGBN Smallest Gifts on the Road. And we need to get down there and do that. This ought to be fun.
I think that'd be a lot of
fun.
fun.
If you're listening, you'd like to have us come visit with you and do our broadcast from your place. We'll bring the band. We'll come out there and do the whole thing. Just contact us and we'll set it up. We'll make it work.
We sure will.
Absolutely. SGBN on the road, baby.
Doing what we do.
Yep. You'll get to see.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what's on your agenda for today, Nick?
Nick's training to be a
sir, I'm
sumo.
I got through training. I'm going to run around like a race car driver. I'm going to turn circles today, make left turns all day.
You're going to make left turns all day?
Yes, sir.
Well, there you have it.
What kind of car are you driving?
Yeah, yesterday I felt lost. I couldn't listen to you guys yesterday. I lost my telephone.
Did you find her? You got a new one?
No, never could find it. No, yes, sir. I got a new phone. I got one of them smartphones.
Uh-oh.
And they're so smart. They're smarter than I am. I tried to talk to it, told me to shut up.
Well, we're getting ready to get old Locklear on, so we're gonna let you go about your business. We're gonna get Heath Locklear on from the Strand in Fort Payne, Alabama. All right?
Tell him I said hello, and I'm looking forward to eating one of them big old burgers.
All right. Big howdy to you. Bye.
Kim wants to know, are y'all coming to Lubbock?
We're not scheduled to come to Lubbock. We're going to get as far as Nocona.
But we can change that.
Yep.
Get us a gig.
Yeah, get us something to do down there. We'll be in Lubbock just as fast as we can get there.
Tell Heath call me on the back line number.
Heath, call him on the back line number.
The back line.
Back line.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Back line.
Call me on the 757 number.
The 757 number. Michael wants to know, since you're not reading.
He ain't reading.
Ask Dad, has he ever been on an elevator with no pants?
Yeah, I have.
Michael, your father has been all across this world with no pants.
Yeah, I was on the phone talking one morning, and I had a pair of shorts laid out, and I had my shirt on, and I was sitting there on the phone talking, and I got up, and I realized it's time to go, and fortunately, I stuck my room key in my shirt pocket. And I'm still talking on the phone, and I get all the way to the elevator, and I hit the button and realize I don't have on any pants. I'm in my boxer shorts, and I'm in my shirt, my blouse shirt, whatever you call it. And the only reason I realized I didn't have no pants, I reached around for my wallet and thought, did I forget my wallet? And I didn't have no pants. True story.
Boy, I'm glad I didn't know.
And then those elevator doors opened up.
You did know me then. That ain't been but about 2 years.
Where were you at?
Nashville.
Wow.
I got all the way down to the first floor and had to go back up in my drawers, hoping nobody's going to get on there with me.
Up there it is.
I got all the way down to the first floor.
You need to turn that down, Heath. I'm hearing myself in repeat.
Well, I was all carried away talking about you with no pants on.
Are you excited? Tell me, are you excited about us coming down to the Strand? And have
I
you
am
reached out to
tickled
people
to
and told them
death.
we're coming?
I have. I am so excited. I got people just wound up.
We're going to bring.
When they found out, Ricky was coming, they just really got tore up.
Oh, really?
No.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. They like, you bringing Ricky? I said, Ricky's coming. Ricky's gonna be here.
Yeah.
I don't know what they got in store for him, but-
Heath says, I'm bringing this Yankee from Detroit. And they said, oh, no. And he said, hold on, it gets worse.
No, I said, hold on, it gets better. I told him he's a brother.
I can see us now getting off that exit and everybody out there with banners and stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Ricky. Ricky. Welcome to the Bigfoot hunt.
And I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Care less about us. There's your Ricky.
Hey, Heath, between now and time we get there, would you do this for me? Would you invent kind of a hybrid of the Bonanza burger and call it the Bigfoot burger just for Ricky?
The Bigfoot burger just for Ricky.
Make up a Bigfoot burger. Don't put no pork
I
in it,
can
because
do
don't put no pork in it. That'll send him. He'll
Right, we ain't carrying a rug with us.
Yeah, he'll have to get there and blow his horn and whatnot.
You said blow my horn.
All beef.
That means talking about why Ricky on the floor. I'm just looking for roaches, man. I'm looking for roaches.
Yeah, he's dusted, Miss Doris.
Oh,
He's
man.
just dusted.
Everybody's
my
excited. Everybody is wound up, ready. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Man, we're tore
It's
up
all-
too.
it's-
We've been learning Alabama songs so we can sing them at the Strand right there.
They'll have more people at the Strand
that's
than they do
dangerous
over
around here.
at the theater.
That's dangerous around here because if you do them wrong, Lord.
No. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole in the boys' backyard, man. I just wouldn't do it. We'll do Conway.
Yeah, come down to the Oak Ridge Boys or somebody.
We'll do the Oak Ridge Boys and Conway and stuff. We're not going to do no Alabama tunes right there in the backyard. That just wouldn't be. That'd just be unrighteous, you know.
Oh man, yeah, that's sacrilegious when you do that.
Yeah, that's sack of lizards.
Sack of lizards.
Yeah, that's sack of lizards
That's
right
like,
there.
That's like playing Amazing Grace with conga drums or something.
He'd do it.
I'd do it if you asked me.
Yeah, there's certain things you don't touch. You know, you don't touch "Love Me Tender," and you don't do Alabama. Can you imagine standing doing "Feel So Right" in the middle of Fort Payne, and people just looking at you like a calf looking at a new gate?
That's it.
A calf looking at a new gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
I have never heard of that before.
You need to get out more.
I do.
We had an old boy come sing in the park one time, bless his heart, and he thought, well,
He's going to do a tribute to Alabama.
He was going to do well. He was going to close his show with "My Home's in Alabama."
Oh,
he was from Florida, and he started about halfway through the second chorus and started missing the words. Well, everybody out in the audience just started singing it just to kind of override him. So everybody out in the audience knew it better than he did.
Oh my goodness!
So he just kind of got embarrassed and quit. So,
Yeah, you just that's a path you don't want to walk right there.
well, I mean, there's just some things you just kind of don't touch.
Yeah.
And but hey,
we've decided we're going to do a bunch of Neil Young songs.
oh yeah, that'd go over real good.
Yeah, but
Man, you drive down there, still got George Wallace stickers on their trucks.
I still got a picture of him hanging on the wall in here.
really? Hey, I saw
I can't wait to show that to Ricky. There's a picture of Mom and Dad
With George Wallace.
Yeah. with
We'll
George
we'll
Wallace
just let
hanging on.
Ricky hold the picture and take a picture of him holding the picture of George Wallace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boy, y'all make that's gonna go viral.
Then we'll have Ricky. We'll videotape him singing "Old Man River."
Don't say old man and river to me. I am real touchy.
Uh-oh.
I got called old at the river Sunday, and I ain't got over it yet.
Oh,
You got
wow.
old. Oh my goodness.
No.
We pulled up. Me and my wife was out in the boat, and we pulled up to the dock. And there was a lady and her husband and her kids. They were on the pontoon boat, getting ready to leave, and she must have thought she knew me or something. So I go sliding up to the dock there, and she looks over and she says, "Well, you old folks still come to the river?" I thought, lady, if I could get out of here, I'd baptize you.
Yeah, just hold her down there for about 10 minutes.
That's right. When she quit bubbling, she'd come up.
When
It
the bubbles
dawned on
stop.
her about the time I got slid up to the dock that she's like, "Oh, crap, I don't know him." And she just went to the back of the boat and just kind of sat there and looked real sheepish-like. And my wife kept on saying, "What'd she say? What'd she say?" I wouldn't tell her. I didn't want to see no big fight on the dock or nothing. You know how these women in Alabama are.
Yeah, you
They've
can.
been scrapping there. Oh, my God.
Did she have on her bathing suit?
Oh, yeah.
You should have just said, "How long did Doctor tell you you're going to need to wear that?"
Well, poor lady, she looked like a busted open can of biscuits up there. I didn't want to say nothing about it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just look at her and say, "What'd you get, a hernia?" So when are you due?
They walked her on the counter.
Wait a minute, did you say a busted open can of biscuits?
Yeah, stuff coming all out the sides.
Oh, yeah. There ain't nothing sexier than a big chunky woman in a one-piece bathing suit, and it just looks like kind of like a Michelin Man, you know.
Heath,
Yeah,
Mark, will you please tell Heath about when we were in Ohio?
I think we did. Did we tell you about the woman at Ohio that was standing at the counter and had on
tell
her
me
white
about that.
pants?
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, I think you did tell me.
Yeah,
about that.
I mean this old gal's big as a Roadmaster Buick.
When Mark did that, he looked at me, and I was about ready to explode.
I just took the napkin and just held it out.
He just held it out
like a bullfighter. I just held it out to the
You'll
side
see
like
a
a
lot of that around
bullfighter.
here.
Huh?
You'll see a lot of that around here, man.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh, really? You see a lot
I'm
of
gonna
that
say,
down
listen,
there?
when y'all come, I'm gonna take Ricky out to Walmart at about 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, listen.
Yeah, there are
there's
people
been
there
a
ought to
lot-
be habitually charged with distribution of crack.
Well, it's a whole lot worse now that it's 137 degrees. Now
I can't wait to go. We need to take a trip to Walmart.
Let me get
They
some
used to go down
rest.
there at 11:30 at night and their
Be some
pajamas.
old heifer in there,
Everyone
two
naked.
Dixie cups and a shoestring for a bra.
Two
That's
Dixie
it.
cups and a shoestring.
Kim Walker,
I
please
have
don't
never
tell on them.
They got enough. Yeah, man.
Two Dixie cups and a shoestring.
You go in there, some of them women be walking around in there tipping 300, ain't got enough clothes on, make a daggone union suit for a mouse, you know.
Oh my God. Oh gosh.
Got more rolls than the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh
it.
my God.
Oh,
Man,
Yeah, Ricky's gonna get an education when he gets.
Oh
yeah.
man, I cannot wait. But just
I'm-
make sure I get some. I'm gonna have to sleep all the way there
Oh,
because
yeah.
I know by the time I get there, I ain't gonna be no good.
I'm gonna get Ricky's
You're
picture
gonna,
down
oh
there.
no, you'll be trashed by the time you get
Oh,
there.
you'll get
man.
Ricky's pick. What?
I just wish we'd have time. I'd love to take you out fishing. That would be just the
That's what I
highlight of my-
want to. That's what I
I
want to do.
would love to do that.
in
I
Alabama,
thought about
Ricky.
you Sunday, Ricky. I went down. I got in the boat and
Dropped the
I mean,
anchor,
it was
said, "Whoop,
hot,
there's
you
Ricky."
know.
Hold on. So what now?
We started down the river, and I pulled my hat off and I stuck it down in my life jacket. And my wife reached over and she handed me, "Where's Cindy?"
She said,
Cindy
"Doctor,
Allen,
you're
she-
good."
She'll
She'll listen to it back though, so you wind up in penalty box.
Oh,
You better be
God.
careful.
My wife handed me something that resembled a pair of women's undergarments. How's that?
Okay, there you go.
Is that politically correct enough? All right, and of course, I put it on my head, and I immediately thought of Ricky.
No, I'm not in this by myself.
I just cracked up laughing. She said, "What's so funny, baby? I don't want you to burn your head." And I said, well, "Okay,
I don't want you to burn your head.
Well, see, that's why I had him. I didn't want to burn my head.
Hey, Heath, do you know what a shanty boat is?
A shanty boat?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Oh, I thought you probably knew. I was explaining to them what a shanty boat is. It's where you weld probably 8 aside 55-gallon drums. You just tack weld them together. You plug them and tack weld them and make you a pontoon, a platform, and then you build a little shack on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, have you seen those?
Right. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that over. Well, there's not as much as there used to be because people keep buying up the land. I saw houses that I hadn't seen look like somebody had sprinkled gold bars in the yard and watered it with something else, and it just popped up this big mansion. It was crazy.
Well, somebody told me that Cook bought half of Gunnersville Lake.
It looks like it.
I think he bought half the lake over there.
And I went by his place. You talking about pretty, son? Woo!
Yeah.
He got a nice place over there.
Wow.
And
have you talked to them?
I haven't talked to them yet.
Okay.
I started to pull in on him Sunday and see him walk up there at his house and see if I could borrow a cup of talent, but I was afraid he wouldn't give me none.
So. A cup of what? A cup of talent?
Talent, yeah.
Go up there and ask him, you got any night crawlers?
Yeah, you got any night crawlers, and put some of that picking mojo in this cup for me.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Man, I'm telling you.
Is he a musician?
He was
Jeff Cook from Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I guarantee you he would have given the night crawlers up, though. He wouldn't have done that.
No, he wouldn't have done that. You could get one of his guitars before you could get his cut bait or his night crawlers. That joker loves to fish, man.
He loves to fish. Loves to.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait. This is a trip. I'm looking forward to this.
It's going to be an
all the
awesome
way.
trip. I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome trip.
Hey, you know what? I want to talk about smallest gifts for a minute. Okay?
Yes.
The purpose that we have this program is, of course, to entertain you in the morning, and it's also to let people know about Smallest Gifts. Smallest Gifts Ministries, what we do is kind of multifaceted, but we do it on a small scale. We don't try to go out here and build, multi-billion-dollar complexes and stuff like that. What we try to do is to provide support for people who are literally destitute. Do you know what the opposite? We think that the opposite of poor is wealthy. But really, the opposite of poor is enough.
Okay.
See what I mean? When the opposite of poor is enough. And we have people in this world that we help we have them in Texas, we have them in Virginia, you have them in Alabama, that are good people that because of circumstance or things that have happened in their life or maybe even mistakes that they've made.
That's right.
They have nothing. Nothing. And some of them, like the ones that we deal with through our dialysis clinic support, are people that maybe had worked in the workforce and because of their situation, they can't work anymore because of kidney disease.
Yeah.
And what they get from disability is not even enough to live on. And they don't have the ability to make supplemental income. So they go and get their free treatments at the dialysis clinic, but sometimes they don't even have the gas to get there.
Wow.
And we use our music and we use our programming and so forth like that to raise awareness for that. And we take money for that, and 100% of what people give us for that work goes to that work. Because we have other sponsors who sponsor all of our admin costs, business people and things like that, because they understand that it takes money to run an operation.
It does.
You have to pay electricity, and you have to pay. We don't have anybody receiving salaries, per se right now. We cover some expenses for people, but we don't have anybody receiving salaries or pay or anything. But what we do is we take all the money that we get from a private donor, like our listeners, and 100% of that money goes into the work. And we call it Smallest Gifts because that's what we ask of you. We're not asking the everyday common person that pays attention to us to write great big checks because it's just not what our ministry is about. It's called about the smallest gifts.
Right.
And we put that to work in many small ways, like our orphanages and our children's homes and the school and things like that. And we've built several churches around the world collectively through our little, through our little organization. And we are we kept it to ourselves for so long. And then we decided about a year ago to invite other people to come in with us because people were asking how they could help.
Yeah, they want a
because they
partnership.
heard about this work, and we didn't get out and start trying to put little sad-faced children up on the screen and stuff. You see our kids; they're happy and clean and playing and loving and that kind of stuff. We don't take that approach. We're the exact opposite of it. But we do want to give you an opportunity. And as we start this tour across the country, when we make our stop at the Strand, if people that come and want to they have a donation, they want to donate, Heath, we'll have like a 5-gallon bucket or something set up there.
Yeah, man.
For
put a
people,
wheelbarrow out here.
For people that want to donate to smallest gifts and the work that we do. And this is the design of what we're doing and going across the country is to bring what we do to you with the music, with the cutting up, with the fun, and with the love, because really what we do is we want to share the teachings and principles of Jesus Christ as best we can to people, whether you're a Christian, whether you're not Christian, whether you're a different religion, whether you're no religion at all. We just want to share love, and that's what the real teachings and principles of Jesus Christ are. It's not a bunch of condemnation and you're going to hell and you're wrong and we've had enough of that. What we want to do is show you the love and let the Spirit work with you. And if we can leave you with love and fun and laughter and joy and peace, and if we can speak to you and help calm your hurting heart or something like that, that's what we're all about. So that's our little plug for Smallest Gifts. You can learn more about it at smallestgiftsministries.org. We invite you to go there and check us out. Our radio listeners listening all around the world, literally.
Do you have Angel on there?
I do. We'll go to Angel right now and let her tell you about Smallest Gifts. I'm probably going to have to re-cue it.
No, it's there.
Don't say I can't hear Frank's mic.
Well,
I couldn't hear Frank's.
He wants himself turned way down and stuff like that. Here we go. We're going to play Angel. You won't be able to hear it either.
I love that commercial.
I do too. That's Angel. We've been chatting on Facebook last few days.
My friend A.L. Putman just signed on.
Good morning, A.L. Putman.
A.L.
Well, one of the things we want to do too. We've cut up and carried on and laughed and all that, but I also want to take a moment and just kind of share a little story.
Okay.
I want to talk about a long time ago. I was putting together this teaching thing. I was going to talk about being self-initiated and using a biblical teaching about taking action on your own, doing something.
Yeah.
So I went to the story about Peter walking on the water, and we know the story. Those of you that have been up around it. So as the story goes, they're out there on the sea, and they had been teaching and doing miracles, and Jesus told them, "So you guys go ahead." I'll just walk around there. I'll meet you on the other side. So they get out in the middle of the lake there, big of the sea. You know,
Yeah.
they get out there in the sea. And all of a sudden, they look up and they see Jesus walking across the water. And it scared them, frightened them. And Peter looked out there and he said, you know what? I think it's Jesus walking on that water. And I said, no, man, that's a ghost. Now, it was easier for them to believe. They'd just been seeing Jesus doing miracles.
Yeah.
But it was
yeah.
easier for them to believe that there was a ghost out there than it was for them to believe that Jesus could walk on the water. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, so Peter said, Lord, if that is you, he said, tell me come out there with you. Call me out there with you. And he said, well, come on. The Bible says you bid him come. So this is where the story comes. So the Spirit didn't levitate him up out of the boat and float him over the side and set him on the water. Peter had to have enough faith, and he took his foot and leg and he threw it over the side of the boat and got out on the water.
And he had to walk.
Right?
On his own.
Isn't that right, Heath?
That's right.
That's how that went. Now,
That's exactly right.
so he starts walking towards Jesus, walking on the water. And this was my story. It was going to be use your faith and take action on your own and blah, 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 blah. But see, I'm one of these guys that I struggle constantly because I'm not perfect. And I make mistakes. Now, there are a lot of people that think they are perfect and don't make mistakes, but I'm here to tell you there's nobody that's righteous, no, not one. I didn't make that up. I read that.
That's right.
Okay?
You're so right about that.
So I'm watching, I'm reading the story, and I'm putting it in my mind, and I see Peter walking on the water towards Jesus, and he takes his eyes off Jesus, which the inference is take your eyes and your focus off of your faith. He went in the water. Chunk. And he cried out, Lord, save me. And the King James Version of the Bible says that Jesus immediately reached down and pulled him up out of the water. Now, that's the story. That's a beautiful story.
Right.
Okay? But something had occurred to me. When you read on, it says they went back to the boat. Now, how'd they get back there? How'd they get to the boat after Peter went in the water?
Yeah, because the boat didn't stop.
Restored his faith.
The only logical assumption one could make is that they walked back to the boat.
They walked.
So that means that once Peter was restored to his original position, I mean, once he was restored to the original position he was in before.
Right.
He didn't have to suffer. He didn't have to be punished. He didn't have to say, well, you just need to sit down there and thrash a while and learn your lesson. Or I'll just drag you through the water back to the boat. So that and it set a guy like me free to understand that the lesson in that story is that all you have to do is say, save me.
Amen.
Fix me.
Yep.
And you're restored to where you were. That's the story. You get that? You get that lesson? And I'd never heard it taught that way before, and I've never heard it thought through like that. But that came to me when I was working on this study about 4 years ago. And I wanted to share that this morning. So if you're dealing with something in your life where you feel like you've made a mistake and it's hopeless, and maybe you're a quote unquote failed Christian, you failed at your Christianity, I got to tell you, this old boy right here, by 3 o'clock in the day, I've failed every day.
Hey,
numerous times probably, and then I just got to crucify that old flesh again, because that's what it's all about. Paul struggled with it. All the folks in the Bible, all your biblical heroes, wasn't one of them perfect. And all the ones that thought they were perfect, Jesus referred to them as the scribes and the Pharisees and didn't have much use for them. Isn't that true?
That's right.
That's
So
right.
if you're one of these folks that struggles and you have a hard time, just remember, you're in good company. Now, here's a song by Kenzie Walker that's called Rescue Me. We'll be right back. Stay with us, Heath, if you can.
All right.
What do you do when you're scared inside? And all of your feelings just seem to
That's Kenzie.
Kenzie has her own power hour in the 7 in the morning and 7 p.m. right here on SGBN. So make sure you tune into that.
We've got her new EP just about ready to go. This start by Wednesday of next week. I want to have all of her graphics approved and have Kenzie sign off on it and get her new EP out. And get it out with. It's got Orphan and that song, Rescue Me, What the World Needs Now,
A bunch of folks waiting on
Desperado,
it. A bunch of folks waiting on it, I'm sure.
I'm telling you. Yeah, we've it's time for her to have a new thing out, and we got it going. A lot of cool stuff going. I want to,
I think she is something else.
I want to remind everybody that we're going to be at the Strand, the home of the Bonanza Burger, on September the 8th, isn't it? It's the
September 8th, yeah.
September the 8th. And we're going to be down there for fun and fellowship, and we're going to be broadcasting from the Strand, by the way. We're going to be on the radio from the Strand. And we're going to have Ricky's going to
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time tonight. It's going to be fun. I hope we got them lined up out the building for you to come in here. We tell them you got to eat if you come, and you ain't sitting there. You ain't going to sit there for an hour and hold up a table. You either keep eating or get out.
Just know
Doris will charge you for a refill too. Don't think you're going to get free refills sitting there. Doris will hit you for a refill.
No onion rings that day.
Wow. You said what?
No onion rings that day.
Onion rings.
That's the inside joke.
Oh my God!
That's an inside joke.
No onion rings on that day.
Hey Heath,
man.
You need to pick out a song you're going to sing with us too.
Yeah.
Oh, I will. Hey, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You
I'll
got to
definitely.
sing. You got to sing. You
I
have
gotta
to
get back in training, brother.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm tickled.
I saw that picture of you and Doris online the other day.
Did you see that?
She don't look a day over 45, and you are looking good, Heath. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
I saw the little I saw your little the promotions clip that you put out.
I say it again. He didn't put out a promotion clip, Ricky. It was a news story.
Well, I mean,
that was a news. Yeah.
Okay, I got it wrong. Okay, y'all got me right.
That's the second time.
All right. It was promoted to me because I got a chance to see, and now I know.
Emily found something about Locklear Hosiery in some article she was reading about Locklear Hosiery and family businesses and how they've.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish they were still in business because I'm about out of
that
socks.
was a big business one time.
At one time, that was a happening place, wasn't it?
It really was.
Well, Frank said,
and it's coming back. It's just different. This is a town of people that doesn't give up.
Yeah.
You could just fold up and forget it and say, well, we're done. We'll wait and we'll let somebody come help us. But
I'm sure we have people listening in Nocona, but I want to talk about Nocona for a minute, too, and the similarities of like Fort Payne. Nocona was famous for the Nocona boot.
That's right.
The handmade Nocona cowboy boot.
Oh.
They made those boots the same way for 100 or more years. And generations will grow up and they become craftsmen making that Nocona boot in Nocona, Texas. And I believe it's Justin Boots. And if I've got some of the details wrong, folks in Nocona, forgive me, but it's the essence will be there. So the Justin Boots company came in and bought the Nocona boot factory and turned it into a commercial or they bought the name, I guess.
Yeah.
And those people took over the building boots. Those people have been doing it, and they still hand make boots the same way they've been doing for 150, 200, whatever it is, years that they've been doing.
Yeah,
that's
some
pretty.
of the finest boots you ever put on your feet.
I have a pair of Nocona boots.
That's pretty cool because I think it was Garth I saw the other day that wears nothing but Justin boot.
Yeah, it's because they sponsor him.
He
getting them free and custom made for his feet and all that kind of stuff. Hey, you know what time it is?
What time it is, brother?
It's about time for that rooster to crow thrice. He crows once at the start of the first show, once at the start of the second show, and once at the end of number 2, and it is about for the time for the rooster to crow thrice. It's 10
that's a
o'clock
good
straight
thing.
up on the East Coast. We've had a big time. What time's it in Fort Payne?
Right now it is almost 9 o'clock, and my bowl of coffee is about gone. I got to refill it.
All right, Roger
you say
that.
a bowl
Hey,
of
we're going to
coffee?
check y'all tomorrow. Thanks for
love you
waking
guys.
up with us. What you got planned, Ricky?
Thanks for waking up with
I'm
us.
going to get me some sleep.
Yeah. How about you, Frank?
It's Friday.
Chief Bell's in here, candidate for sheriff, and he got big plans, I'm sure, going out to see everybody. I got to run to an appointment this morning, but you guys, Cindy, she's at the doctor.
We love you, Cindy.
Pastor Bubba's up in Pennsylvania. We're on our own. We
Listen,
promise
Jerry,
not to
talk.
wreck. See you, Heath.
See y'all. Bye-bye.
The earth says hello. You twinkle above us. We twinkle below. Good morning.